LEGO Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars features 115 playable characters. Some of those characters are iconic, some are functional and have lots of cool abilities, whilst others don't. And it's these bad characters that we're going to be looking at today. These are the, in my opinion, top 10 worst characters in LEGO Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars. Coming in at number 10, we have Chancellor Palpatine. The reason Chancellor Palpatine is at number 10 is because of the way you have to get him. It's just very tedious. To unlock Chancellor Palpatine, you need to ensure all systems are controlled by the Republic in the Ground Assault mode, which means having to partake in 16 Ground Assault levels with varying objectives. Now this to me is just long, especially if you're not using the Super Speed as extra. And Chancellor Palpatine as a reward, is he really worth it? When it comes to abilities, Palpatine only has a blaster, and he can jump, that's all he can do. He can't use any panels, he can't use the Force despite being the Emperor. At least the actual Lego that he came in is nostalgic. The Venator from 2008 calls that the forgettable character in this game. Coming in at number 9, we've got the Neimoidian. Once again similar to Palpatine, he's got a blaster, and also similar to Palpatine, he's a character I just simply have never ever played as before. He's got a blaster, he can grapple, but that's about it. Whenever you run around as him, he's got quite a weird stance when he's running. He holds his gun in quite a strange way, which certainly looks odd. Not really sure what's up with that. I don't think any other character in the game holds their weapon like that. I do think his hat's quite cool though, which is why he's number 9 on this list. At least he's got fashion sense. In at number 8, we have Senator Philo. Now Senator Philo is very similar to Senator Karras, however, he only has a spear, which to me is a very boring weapon. Senator Karras, on the other hand, has the Staff of Ra from Indiana Jones, which I think is a much cooler weapon, and a nice reference. Senator Philo is also just once again a character I've never played as before. He only has a spear, and no other abilities, so functionally he is quite useless. In at number 7, we've got the Undead Geonosian. Now the Undead Geonosian can attack, however that is it. That's his only ability, he can just punch. He can't jump, nor can he hover, which means traversing as him is quite annoying. The Undead Geonosian also has this kind of weird animation, where when he gets shot, he will break apart, he'll lose his limbs, he'll lose his head, he'll lose his legs, and will just eventually be a body crawling around on the floor. However, when he does this, and when his animations play, he stops moving, meaning you can't go anywhere, which is really annoying. In at number 6, we have Sion the Bole, who is a character I have never played as ever, and is a Star Wars character I literally didn't know existed. Evidently, she is a female scientist, responsible for helping develop the electromagnetic bomb that was dropped on Malastare that woke the Zillo Beast. Quite a random character to put in this game. She's also only appeared in 2 episodes of the Clone Wars, so not really a major character in any way. We're at the halfway point now in our list, and if you've made it this far, please be sure to subscribe, because we're trying to get to 16,000 subscribers before the end of the year. In at number 5, we've got the Gong Droid. Now if you've watched my LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga ranking videos, then you'll know that the Gong Droid had quite a high placement on our list. However, in this game, the Gong Droid is actually missing a face. He just doesn't have a face. He is the mailbox piece without any printing, which personally I think is quite soulless. I don't think he looks very good. He's very boring in this game. The Super Gonk Extra is also not available in LEGO Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars, meaning the Gonk Droid is just very slow and can't jump, which are 2 of the main reasons that he's good in the Complete Saga when using the extra. Overall, just a complete downgrade from the previous game, which is why he's at number 5 on this list. Coming at number 4, we've got the Gamorrean Guard for similar reasons to the Gonk Droid. In LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, when you hold down the attack button, he'll be able to block blaster bolts, lightsabers, using his axe. In LEGO Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars, however, he can't do that. Well, not in quite the same way. He can block in LEGO Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars, however it seems more akin to a parry move where you have to time your swing in accordance with where the blaster shot is to actually deflect it, which is quite awkward, especially given that his axe has quite a long swinging animation. He is also unable to slam attack, which is the attack where you jump and then press the attack button, nor can he dance, which is just a funny thing he could do in the Complete Saga. So once again, another character that has lost functionality between games. In at number 3, we've got the LEP-7 droid. This droid is very strange to me. He appears as a boss fight in this game, in the Blue Shadow Virus level. As a playable character, he can use short character hatches, but that's it. Can't use any panels, can't do anything else, just use short character hatches. He also can't jump, which once again leads to navigation problems in a lot of levels. He's got quite a weird walking animation, making him quite annoying to play as. In at number 2, we've got the MSE-6 mouse droid. Again, for fairly similar reasons, the mouse droid is quite small, meaning it's quite hard to see on the actual screen. It does move fast, which you could argue is a benefit, However, the mouse droid can't jump, meaning navigation is difficult, and as I've just said, he is very small, meaning he gets lost quite easily on the screen, especially if you're playing split screen mode with a friend. And finally, coming in at number 1, the worst character in this entire game is none other than the Luxury Droid. Did you expect anything else though? The Luxury Droid is so unbelievably slow, it's just annoying. She can use Protocol Droid panels, meaning she does have some functionality. However, she's just very slow and is a bit of a random character, to be honest. When you've got much better options for using Protocol Droid panels, you've got C-3PO, who's iconic. You've also got the 2 Assassin Droids, who are far more functional than the Luxury Droid. Just like the Luxury Droid, they can use Protocol Droid panels. However, they've also got snipers, which are a very good gun in this game. Snipers are also needed to unlock certain minikits. They can use thermal detonators, which are useful for destroying silver LEGO objects. They can use bounty hunter panels as well as Protocol Droid panels, and astromech droid panels, and they also move far faster than the Luxury Droid. I don't understand why you'd play as the Luxury Droid over the Assassin Droids. They're just that much better. And that concludes the list. My top 10 worst characters in LEGO Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars. Now some of the characters I admit are just simply characters I've never played as before, or characters that have weak abilities. However, the character roster in this game is very strong. It has lots of cool characters, lots of iconic characters, lots of characters with great animations, so it was quite hard to narrow it down to 10 characters that are maybe not the best. Now some of you may have noticed that recently, I haven't uploaded many videos at all, or so it seems. Now in early April, my YouTube channel was demonetized and I was removed as a YouTube partner because of reused content. Now what reused content essentially means is that YouTube couldn't tell that my content was actually mine. They couldn't tell it was original, they couldn't tell that I'd recorded it. Now this pertains to YouTube Shorts, where long form videos were completely fine. Now when you get the email, they don't tell you what videos have violated these guidelines, but what they do tell you is how to fix it. So to fix this issue, you can either appeal and show proof your videos are actually yours, which is what I did. I showed my editing process, my microphone, my computer, how I record videos. I physically recorded my screens recording videos. I recorded my scripts, my folder full of videos that I've edited myself. However, my appeal was still denied. The other thing I mentioned was template-based content, which is content that is edited via a template. You change very little from video to video and just upload each thing as a new video, which I was kind of doing. However, the actual videos were mine. All I was doing was just changing the text on my own videos. I was recording all of the relevant background footage myself. It was all my own footage, all my own videos. I was typing out all the text manually myself. I was forming all the opinions in the videos myself. The videos just weren't very long and didn't have me speaking in them as a person, which is something YouTube seems to be very big on. They want your videos to have speaking, they want them to be transformative. So you can argue a number of ways whether or not I violated all of their policies, whether or not I violated some of them, whether or not I was treated unfairly. However, the fact of the matter is that I was removed from the YouTube Partnership Program, which is annoying because it reduces motivation. You've got to mess around trying to figure out why, because they don't really tell you. As I've said, they just give you guidelines and you have to kind of piece together, have I broken this, have I broken that? They don't actually tell you, they don't tell you the specific videos either, which is the actual big problem here. Because I had to delete every single video from March 2026 to December 2025. So if you looked at my channel, you would see that I haven't uploaded any videos between December and March, when in reality I had. I was just forced to delete them, because if I didn't delete them, I wouldn't be able to reapply to be a YouTube partner. Now that doesn't seem too bad, it's a safety measure. You delete some videos that you think may be in violation, even if perhaps they aren't. It's fine. However, it isn't fine at all, because YouTube then see that you haven't been uploading and decide to remove advanced features from my channel because I don't have a channel history anymore. Despite having a 10-year-old channel with over 200 videos, that apparently is not enough for YouTube to decide that I'm an actual person and my channel has history. Hundreds of videos have been uploaded, lots have been deleted, I respond to comments, I don't know how you can say my channel doesn't have history when it does. So, to summarise, lost monetization, no longer a YouTube partner, lost features on my channel, my YouTube dashboard is just a complete mess on the app, it doesn't load for YouTube Studio. But soon, that will all be rectified and that will all be fixed, because I'm allowed to reapply again very soon, so I'm hoping it all goes well. There's no reason why I shouldn't, because I deleted all the videos that I believe were in violation of their policy, and probably many videos that weren't, so I should be completely fine. As long as a human reviews my channel and not an AI, should be all good. But yes, that is it. Thank you for watching. First video back, first long form video back as well. Nice simple ranking video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this list. And the video on screen now is my last video where we take a look at LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga's worst boss fight that can be finished in under 10 seconds. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later.